If you condensed the essence of the word strength into a greatsword, you would get the Iron Greatsword with Lion's Claw on it. The Iron Greatsword itself is a great-looking weapon that looks like a huge version of the broadsword. While it is heavier than its greatsword peers, its raw damage output is higher. For example, on my 67 strength build, the Iron Greatsword had an attack rating of 750 with heavy affinity, while the Claymore only had 706. So why don't you see more people using this weapon? The main reason is likely obtaining the weapon in the first place. This weapon is a rare drop from the Leonine Misbegotten that wield it. These enemies are not the easiest to kill, and become even more rare when you cover Lindell in ash. So I grinded out the Misbegotten just before the Haligtree Plaza Site of Grace. And at a 4% drop rate, it took me a whopping 3 tries before the thing dropped for me. I was so happy when I got this drop so early, and I wish you guys luck in getting it this early too. It's probably not gonna happen for you though, good luck. After that grueling grinding session, you can slap Lion's Claw on that beautiful new sword. Now, Lion's Claw is the best part on this simple and easy to use build. This Ash, while being rather expensive FP-wise, does a huge amount of damage and poise damage. Dark Souls 1 players will likely recognize this move from Artorias, which was one of his harder moves to dodge in a game without omnidirectional rolls like we know and love today. With the combination of a simple but pretty looking weapon, and an old reliable move as an Ash of War, and the Shard of Alexander, you can strength your way through the whole game, poise breaking everything in your path. Now, I knew that Lion's Claw hit harder than my housing bill freshman year, but until I used it in a full run, I didn't really recognize its greatest utility. Lion's Claw is a great gap closer. You can stay out of range of many enemies, Melania included, and smash her into the ground as you flip into her range. Even if you do end up getting hit, Lion's Claw provides enough hyper armor that you won't stagger out of the animation. So as long as you leveled your vigor, you should be good to go. Speaking of vigor, our stats were 60 vigor, 22 mind, 40 endurance with Erdtree's favor to light roll in the noble set. Yeah, this weapon is certainly heavier than other greatswords. And I dumped all the rest of my stats in the strength, leaving with 67 on my RL 150 build. If you want some variety in your build or don't need all of that endurance to light roll, I highly recommend dumping some stats into Faith. This will give you access to plenty of incantations to buff your AR further. However, if you really want to pump up that Faith stat on a strength weapon, I highly recommend the Great Club, which is a holy damage focused build I did last week. You should especially try it out if you've yet to use holy damage in any of your builds.